Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. Ah, man, it feels so good to be on here and hang out with you guys. With all of you in mind, man, but one in particular guy I wanted to reach out to tonight because you wrote in the other day wanting to know how to put together a studio under $2,000 and what my thoughts were. Oh, man. I got to thinking about that, man, and you had said that you have a guitar, a Les Paul that was handed down to you, and you have a great amplifier, a Fender Twin, and you have your cables and everything for that, and you wanted something to start recording. And so I sat down and got to thinking about a few good items that you could use. Now, you had mentioned that you have a desk already and that you actually built into your room, and you had plenty of room. You did a little bit of reading, and you had plenty of room to actually set your speakers up on that desk away from the wall. So I got to thinking about some good stuff, actually audio recording equipment that might get you in the ballpark for under $2,000, man. So these are just my ideas on some good equipment that you might want to do a little more research for yourself before you pull the trigger. But look, man, what I put down on this list right here, I think you're gonna like. I think it's gonna be some good stuff, man. And I got it in like right under 1,500. So you may be able to negotiate a deal with whoever you're purchasing these items from, and see if they can't put together for you a package deal. And so you maybe even get it in cheaper than what I came up with here. So anyway, I wanted to let you in on a few good items that might be get you up and going, man, so you can start tracking your guitar. And you'd also mentioned about doing a little podcast and starting a YouTube channel. So I considered that too as well. So here we are, man. It's been raining and it's been flooding in Texas. And I mean, I'm talking about everything is flooding in Texas, man. And so we're supposed to get a few more days of this. And, I made a comment earlier on Facebook. It might be a good investment if you invest in a boat if you live in Texas. Because I'm telling you, man, they just seem to get worse and worse and worse every year. And who knows where they come from. All of a sudden, they just pop out of nowhere. And the next thing you know, it's just raining for days here, man. So it's like relentless, relentless, relentless rain, unstoppable. And so, anyway, I made a joke about it, and then you wouldn't believe all the people that commented on me making that wisecrack, right? But anyway, for you, Robbie out there, Robbie H, this is for you, man, and I hope this helps you out. So I'm gonna put together, like I said, I put together this list, but I want you to actually do the research yourself and look at the reviews and all that other good stuff before you do anything, man. Like we all do, we all set our little feelers out there, and once we get our feelers out there and do the research ourselves, and then actually talk to the salespeople, see what their thoughts are behind it, and then the reviews, and then what kind of uh, comments they've been getting on their customers and stuff like that. So these are things that you want to ask your salesperson as well, to see, if they've had anything come back or any problems, all that stuff. You want to be prepared and ask these guys this before you spend any money, right? So this is what the list I came up with. You're gonna need an interface, okay? And you might as well get one. You had said you're gonna be doing most of the tracking pretty much by yourself, and but I got to thinking. I said, well, you might as well get one that's really, really good. That's gonna have a nice high sample rate, and it's going to give you something that's compatible with some of the interfaces out there that's much, much more expensive than this interface. But check out, you can go to Sweetwater. It's usually these guys over there, they're real knowledgeable and they'll help you out. But go to Sweetwater and type in Black Lion, and it's an interface. It's a 2x2 interface, and I want to say it's like 24 at 192. It's insanely crystal clear, everything that I read about it. And this is one thing that you really do not want to skip on. You do not want to skip on your interface, okay? It's going to make all the difference whether how big and clear and bold and just in your face things are going to appear once you do get to your doll with it. So you're going to need a good interface, and this interface runs $399. Okay, so like I say, once I go through the list, Sweetwater has all these things on there. I actually went to their website and found all this stuff there, and you might be able to talk a nice little deal with your salesperson there that can make you a deal, a package deal. So you said you had a guitar cable, so I wanted to mention you're going to need a good microphone cable. They have a Mogami XLR Gold 25 foot for $79. Okay, so for $79, I figured you probably want a longer one just in case you can't do any tracking in your studio and you want to step outside in another room or whatever, or if you have a vocal booth or whatever, you can step inside of that and actually, just an adjacent room would be sufficient, and actually do some tracking. So you might want a long cord. So, anyway, a 25-foot gold is $79. Well, it's not a bad deal for that cable. And then you're gonna need a doll. So from your interface, it's gonna go into your computer and your doll. And so for $60, man, Reaper makes a great little program, a little doll that you can actually download from online. You pay the $60. They'll download it to your computer that you already said you had, a nice little computer. And so that's going to help you a lot because a good computer would have set this package way and far beyond above $2,000. But I got you in at 15. So anyway, you're gonna need a good doll, and Reaper is a great little doll to start out with. Man, it's very very easy to navigate around and to get to and from and to figure out, and so it's not that hard at all. And it has automation and all the cool stuff that you're gonna need inside of a doll. And here's the cool thing about Reaper: it's compatible with just about anything out there. And so any type of plug-in that you plan on putting in this doll is going to work for you, man. So, look into the Reaper, do all the reading yourself. You can go to just type in Reaper and do the research and see if it's something you might want. Okay, for $60, man, I'm telling you, it's a killer deal. And then you're going to need some good monitors, okay, to set on your desk, and you're going to want some good monitors. And so, I put down the same ones I got. I've got the T5Bs by Adams, and they're gonna cost you $199 each. So that's gonna set you back 4 bills right there, man. But here's the thing. They sound amazing, and I can testify. I have these speakers, and each speaker has its own power supply in it. So that's a great thing. You don't want to have a jumper from one to the other. Just you don't even want to go that way. You want to just get you one that has its own power supply within the speaker itself. It's just going to be a lot better for you down the road. So, and then you're going to need a good set of headphones, man. So when you do your vocal tracks or whatever, if you're in a situation where you're getting too much bleedage into your microphone, you're going to need a good set of headphones. And here's the thing, you can also use these headphones. I put a closed back on there because you don't want an open back that's going to bleed into your mic. Okay. When you're doing your tracking. So I got you some DT 770s. Okay, and these are the 990s. Super, super comfortable headphones. You're going to love them. Close back, you're going to be able to do all your tracking and actually listen to your mix back on them as well and get a variation between your Atom speakers and your cans to just reference from. And then I got you a Shure SM57. A Shure SM57, I got you this one, man. And here's the thing, you can actually track your vocals through this with a pop screen on it and a shock mount, okay? And use it for all your vocals starting out, okay? Here's the thing, man. Your voice is going to sound it's going to pick your voice up just fine without a condenser microphone, okay? Later on, if you want to invest into a condenser microphone, that's cool, right? But this is going to be a great microphone that you're going to be able to use for vocals. And when you're not using it on vocals, you can take it off the stand and then mic your guitar cab with it. Okay, so you're going to be able to use this. This is going to be a winner, for two applications for you: your guitar cab and your vocals. So this is probably the best mic for the two for the price. So anyway, the microphone's $99, and the shock mount here that you can order for this microphone is $22. And then the popper stopper, the windscreen on there, is like $12. So not a bad thing, man. So under 140 bucks, you get this whole gig. So man, I hope you're writing this down. And if not, that's fine. Just you can call Sweetwater and ask them about this stuff. But I've got the shock mount at $22. That's correct. And the wind popper thing was $12. And then here's the thing: before you buy any of this stuff and spend all your money on this other great stuff that you're going to need, you need some sound dampening material for your room to keep those reflections going crazy. So I've got you some panels, a 24 pack from Orlex at 145. That's what they listed at. And then also some studio bass traps you're going to need in each corner that comes with four in a pack. And those are 134. So grand total for everything, which is the Black Lion interface, the Mogami XLR 25-foot gold, the Reaper doll, the Atom 5Bs, the DT770s, the Shure SM57, the shock mount, the popper stopper, the RLX 24 pack, and then the studio bass traps comes to a grand total of 1509. So that puts you $500 less than what you were you know can spend right now. And you might even get it cheaper than that if you talk to your sales rep and see if they can't, work something out for you. But that sets you under 2000 right there, man. So there might be a few other things that you might want to add to the list. Maybe some something to put your speakers on for dampening them too. I know Orlex makes some like Mopads or whatever to keep the vibrations down. And so there may be a few other little things that you might want to invest in. If you have 2000, right at 2000 to invest into a little home studio. And so anyway, I got you going with some good stuff here, man, because one thing you do not want to skimp on and make it priority before you even start setting up is to go ahead and now I have some videos on placement on the Orlex material in your studio. So you might want to go back and check out some of my old videos on that. But if you don't find mine on there, there's certainly some other videos that you can find on YouTube on placement as to where you want to put the strategically place your sound absorbing material and your bass traps. So this is imperative that you actually set your room up in a fashion that you keep those reflections at bay, because it doesn't matter if you'd have spent 2000, 3000, $10,000 on some great studio monitors. If your room is bad and you have a bad room that you're mixing in, your speakers are not gonna they're gonna you'll be hearing the room instead of your speakers, and you'll be deceived as to making your mixes sound good, man. So the first thing is imperative to go ahead and treat your room right. Once you get your room treated and you get those reflections to a minimal, a bouncing around, then you then go ahead and set your studio up. Set your speakers up, and Now, when you go to watch some of these videos, or if you watch mine, it specifically tells you where to place your studio foam, so that so that you don't get a lot of reflections and everything from the walls, the wall in front of you, the wall behind you, and the base build up in the corners and everything. So watch those videos, man, and it'll go a long ways, man, and it'll kind of nip it in the bud and get your studio sounding good. And so yeah, man, you do not want to miss out on setting up your room as far as strategically placing your diffusers and all that other good stuff, bass traps. And secondly, but not least, is having a great interface, man. And I've been hearing nothing but great things about this Blackline 2x2. Here's the thing with that: you can have your guitar going in and a scratch vocal, or someone else can be playing a piano track or whatever. So y'all can be having two instruments going on at the same time, actually going in, and then you can do all your overdubbing from that. And here's the cool thing: with a Reaper, you're going to be able to do MIDI stuff too, man. So if you have a keyboard or a synth or whatever, you can run a MIDI cable out of, and you'll be able to do MIDI stuff as well. Shoot it on in there and get some good stuff, man. But yeah, man. So that puts you at 1,500 right there. That gets you under your 2,000. Robbie H, I hope this helps you out tonight, man. Like I say, it didn't take me long to actually look through the Sweetwater catalog or anything and try and come up with something for you to do that. So I hope it helps you out, man. A lot of people just don't know. They're wanting to do a podcast, they're wanting to do a YouTube channel, and they don't know. They don't know what to get. And so it wasn't a dumb question that you sent in and asked this information from me, because we all have to start somewhere, right? And it's just good to reach out to other people and get their opinion, and then in the end, make your own opinion as to what you want to get to start your studio. But I gotta tell you, man, so many great things going on at Audio Master Recording Studio. Oh, I wanted to say, look, man, if you haven't, hit that little subscribe button right down there, snare in the corner, man. Wrap it up on that baby. And also, there's a little bitty bell icon. And man, if you step up to the plate and you smash that baby out of the park, man, and hit that bell out of the park and get you a grand slam. That's right, man. It'll notify you as to when I come on, and you do not want to miss out on the cool things that we're going to be talking about. I run out of breath, man. I just get so pumped up talking about this stuff, man. I hope you've been in your studio enjoying it. As I listen to the rain come down outside, it reminds me of this right here. Yeah. For some reason, it just reminds me of that right there. I gotta laugh about it because we got so much of it, so much rain. It appears to be like snow. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're gonna get rid of that. I just had to throw that in there as a joke, man. But it's really raining very, very hard here, and it's relentless. And I'm just hoping that we won't get flooded. So Robbie, I hope this helps you out. The budget under $2,000. I got you in at 1,500, man, and you maybe even get it cheaper than that, man. But seriously, do not buy any of this stuff unless you treat your room first. You said you had a fairly nice sized room, and I wanted to get you some monitors that was going to fill that room up with some nice sound, and those atoms are going to do that for you, man. They're going to give you a nice, beautiful, warm sound in there. Now you are also saying in your room you have carpet on the floor, which is a little different than mine. I actually have wooden floors in here, and so I had to put a little more sound treatment up on the walls. And across from me, I have a couch in the studio, so that absorbs a lot of the sound that comes at me when I'm mixing. And then in each corner, I have four bass traps in each corner. I actually have sound material that goes all the way around the perimeter of the ceiling of the room, as well as at speaker level around the room. So I'm pretty much covered everywhere, and I have done some mixing in here many, 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 many times. And can pretty much get it right as far as where I want to place things. At first, I thought I was going to have to put a rug down on the floor, but I think I have enough things in here at different angles and whatnot. I have the yin yang set up in here. So, if you've never heard of that type of setup, perhaps you can find it, but it's called the yin yang, to where it's actually operating out of instead of up on the flat side of the wall, out of the corner of the room. And so I am far enough back from the wall in the corner of the room, and my speakers are far enough from the sides that the sound waves actually cross my ears in perfect timing in the cockpit is where I sit. And then it takes it further to get over to the other side. Now on this side here, there's an opening that actually goes into the kitchen, so all those sound waves from my left speaker actually go out and never pretty much come back in the room. Over here on this side, I've got some nice not diffusers, but sound absorbers over here on this side. So there's a lot of angles going on in here, as well as bass traps, diffusers, and sound absorbers on the wall. So I'm pretty good here, man. But you got carpet on your floor, so that's a plus for you. As to you were saying that it goes halfway or something. So part of it's carpet, part of it's wood. That's gonna help you out there. You won't have to get a rug or anything. You didn't mention anything about a couch in there, but sometimes just keep in mind, the more things that you put in your studio or you have in the mixing room, the more absorption it's gonna knock down those reflections. Because if you have a flat wall, then those reflections are gonna bounce faster back. But if you have diffusers on the wall, then those reflections actually hit that diffuser and scatter. So it's really important to have the sound material on your walls first before you get started, man. And I highly suggest that before you buy all this other stuff and start setting up your studio, man. Get those diffusers, sound absorbers, bass traps on the wall. Like I said, if you're not sure where to place them, I've got some videos in the past that I did on strategically placing your sound material. If you can't find my videos on it, there's plenty of them on YouTube, actually, teaching you and showing you where to strategically place your sound absorbers, how high to place them off the floor, where to put your bass traps at in the corners at the top of the room. So anyway, do your research on that, man. Okay, because it doesn't matter how much money you put into your monitors, dude. I'm telling you, man, it's going to definitely throw you for a loop when you actually go to do your mixing if you don't have anything on the walls, helping you out and keeping those reflections from jumping around like crazy. Okay. So there's nothing worse than thinking you got a great mix in your studio and then going back to a car or wherever you're at in your car and listening to it and going, dang, this ain't the mix that I had in the studio. This is nothing like what I was hearing in the studio. So, get those diffusers and whatnot on the wall, and you're going to come out a lot better in the long run and be much happier with the decision and your mixes that you make, man. So, yeah, we have a lot of great things going on here at Audio Master. And one, if you missed out, is the Audio Master Facebook group. We have a lot of people joining the Audio Master Facebook group. It is a really, really cool place that we all can come and share our music and everything that we're doing in the studio, from gear and the whole nine yards, man. And we've really, really been doing good with it because everyone's been participating and welcoming in all the new guests that come in. And it's a neat thing to see the hospitality that our members have as to greeting our new members that come in. So here's the thing. The admin, which is me on the Audio Master Facebook group, can see everything, who's actually peeking in and who isn't commenting. So I know who the best hosts are on the group, man. And so I see everybody peek. So there's some, that just, you'll be surprised, man, that people that just look at your post and don't like or anything like that. So it's interesting to be the admin and to see the ones that don't but just observe, but don't say anything, don't like or greet anybody. And I think that's kind of funny. But here it is, man. We all want to be greeted. Can you imagine going to a party, being invited to a party, and you go to this party and you're all dressed up, man, and you're with your girl or you're with a friend because you were invited to this party, you show up to this party, right? And you don't want to go in empty handed. So you show up to the party, perhaps you have some wine or have some desserts or whatever, and you show up with treats and whatnot to be a part of everything going on. And can you imagine uh, walking in and there's no host there, there's no one to greet you, and then you go in and you set your plate down with the rest of the plates that are in there, and no one greets you and no one says hello and no one says it's nice to have you. Hi, my name is so and so. What is your name? Oh, thanks for coming out tonight. Can you imagine that? What would that make you feel like if you're invited to a party and no one greets you? You wouldn't feel too good, would you? So anyway, that's why it's real important, like on our Facebook group, dude, that when you come in, when you join, man, I am the first person to post up there on the group. Let everybody please welcome so and so to the group, da 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 da. And I do that because no one wants to feel left out, man. And it's just always good to be a good host and to greet everyone the same. And that's the way we should treat people. We want to treat people the way we want to be treated, right? And so, for those of you who have not been greeting our guest, I want to say to you, man, I know who you are. I gotta laugh about that, man. So we have a guy named Malcolm on our group, man, and he is the first one to greet everyone, and I love it. And I wrote him, I said, dude, I said, you know what, Malcolm? If you have a party, you better invite me because I know who the best host is in the house. And he commented and said, thank you, man. But anyway, yeah, man, it's really, really cool. So what do we got going on here? Oh, we always got something. Somebody's always writing in something. Who is this? I don't even know this girl. Anyway, I'll get back to her later. We got a lot of great things going on at the Audio Master Show. So this is also what we've started, man. It's really, really cool. So if you don't know what this show is about, okay, I'll tell you. This show is about encouraging others to get in their studio and record. This show is about teaching and downloading what most of us engineers already know into the upcoming generation. And so it doesn't matter what level you're on, if you're just starting out or in the middle or even advanced, been doing it for 30 years plus like me. It doesn't matter. You're going to learn something on this channel. So this channel is about teaching audio recording tricks, mixing and mastering and different tools. Also reviews on microphones, reviews on musical equipment and guitars and amplifiers and keyboards and everything else that I continue to contribute to the studio. I'm doing unboxing and I'm doing reviews on it. Okay. So that's what this channel is about. And it's a beautiful thing, what we got going on here because you never stop learning. And if you haven't hit that subscribe, man, join on in, man, because we got some great stuff going on. And this is what I was going to say. So I also come on, I also do a show between 7 and 8. I try to every night. So I'm here every night, whether you guys want me to be here or not. I am going to get on here and we are going to talk audio recording equipment in some kind of fashion or niche. We're going to hammer on it. Also, I'm doing another show when I'm feeling pumped and I feel good and I got them pipes kicking and endorphins going. I'm doing another show and I'm calling it late night, okay? Or I might just call it what I've been calling it before is the Midnight Special Audio Master Show. Midnight Special Audio Master Show. So I come on at midnight. Okay. What's cool about this is for those of you guys who are night owls, who are night stalkers. And what I mean by night stalker is that in your studio, you stalk your audio recording equipment at midnight. Okay. So anyway, that's what we do, right? We stay in our studio and we close the door in our studio and we mix and we get so intrigued in our audio that nothing else that's around us bothers us or and comes in front of our beautiful ideas when we're behind the mix, right? So anyway, coming on at midnight, man. And so for you late people that like to stay up late, I've been catching some of you guys and y'all been writing in and subscribing to the channel, man. So I figure, well, what the heck, man? Because there's a lot of people that stay up late, and I'm a night owl myself. I'm not a very good morning person at all. I like to come in, I like to sleep in if I can, and then I like to stay up late and actually get in my recording studio, and that's when I get creative and get want to start writing music and all of the above. Is usually later at night. So we just got some beautiful things going on, man. And if it'll stop raining here in Texas, man, I can get some stuff done. I want to get done tomorrow. And I did want to say, if you guys haven't heard about the Spark, it's called the Spark, and it's a guitar amplifier that they put out. And now this Spark has all these different emulations of all these great amplifiers. Everything from the Fender Twin to the Marshall to Orange amplifiers to Mesa Boogies to all these great, and also all your stomp boxes. So what you can do is actually get download the app on your phone and then get an amalgamation of all these great sounds that people have already put in, and then you can jam along with other songs. You can do all this stuff for like under it's like 289 for this amplifier. So I'm gonna pull the trigger this week and get that baby and get it coming in. So we'll have the Spark that I'll be doing the unboxing on, and the Korg synthesizer I'm going to be doing the unboxing on. And you don't want to miss out, man. Two great pieces in the studio that I'm actually going to be able to do a lot of tracking with, man. So, Robbie, there's your home studio on a budget under $2,000. It came to around $1,500. I really hope you didn't miss out on the show tonight. I don't see you in here, but hopefully you can come in at another time and catch up on this video because I did it just for you and I had you in mind when you wrote in. Hang on a second, guys. Bear with me. We still got some great stuff. Hang on. I'm checking my messages right now, man. I got some people writing in. I'm gonna have to get back with these people, but I always want to check my messages right away, right? Because you just never know who's writing in, or it could be your family needs something important. So I like to check my messages right away. I did want to see something while I'm on here. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging in here, man. I was just checking my messages. I've got people that continue to want to use my messenger to message me instead of on here on the show, which I'm totally cool with that. I like it. Actually, guys, I like it better that y'all send me personal messages rather than here on my YouTube channel, just simply because I can get back to you faster on here. And if I'm away from the computer, which I am a lot, we can stay in touch, right? All the time. We don't have to be apart. And so if you write me something or if it has some questions about studio gear, I'm able to, answer your questions. And I'm so glad I was able to do the show tonight for you, Robbie H, because, You were saying you want to put together something under 2000 and we hit it out of the park, man. I got you something together for around 1500. And here's the kicker, man. If you get with your sales rep and say, can you do this as a package deal? They may be able to get you even a better price than that, man. But I think where you really saved a lot is having your desk already made in your room, okay? Because a good desk to have your studio, like this desk that I have here in my studio, I want to say way back when I spent like 2 grand for it, man, or maybe even more. It's been that long, but it's a beautiful desk that I have. It's a piano black desk and it's kind of shaped kind of oval round like, man. And it's got places down here on both sides for all your rack mount gear. And then up on top where you see these compressors and preamps for your rack mount gear. And then another level up there for your monitors. So you saved a lot of money on having being a handyman and actually doing that yourself, man. But I think we got you some great gear, man, and I really think you ought to check out, that interface that I threw up there, man, and there's some that's one thing you don't wanna skip on is your interface and your sound material on the walls. Do that first, man, it's gonna save you a lot of daggum headache in the future as far as getting your mixes right, get your sound waves under control and all those reflections from jumping around the room and just, because it doesn't matter, like I say, if you spend 10 grand on some good monitors, they're not going to be telling you what you're hearing. You're going to be hearing the room instead of your speakers, and it's going to jack you up, man. Your mixes are going to be all messed up. You're going to be thinking it sounds really good in the studio, and then when you take it out to your car to let your friends listen to it, you're gonna be going, man, this isn't the mix that I was listening to, right? So, keep that in mind. And but yeah, we got some great things going on, and I just want to tell each and every one of you, if you haven't been in your studio, man, get in your studio, start recording, start writing some songs, and I cannot wait till I get that synth. I've actually been playing a lot of stuff on my piano here. Now it does have some good, fairly good synth sounds in there, but nothing like this Korg piece. And my whole album is going to be derived around this beautiful sounding Korg, right? And so it's going to be nice to be able to have that, and then also be able to dial in some beautiful tones that Mr. Gilmore actually did on those Pink Floyd albums, man. Now I don't know if I can come up with all those choice licks David Gilmore did, but I do know a few, and so it's gonna be interesting to see where this album goes, man. So anyway, I'm digging the late night show with that the late night show at midnight, the midnight special. I'm really digging that show. For some reason, I get, I don't know if it's the anticipation. Anticipation does a lot of things to the mind, and can kind of get you a little, almost kind of like a little wired up, right? The anticipation of things, and so I'll get completely stoked about being able to come on and do a midnight show, a midnight special show, and then like, man, I just, and by the time it's midnight, it's like I'm so fired up, man. I just can't stop. I just want let's talk audio gear, man. Let's talk studio stuff. And so it's gonna be really neat to actually pull another engineer in the studio with me. And I'm gonna help him out, and he's gonna help me out, and we're gonna be able to do some, man, it's gonna be on fire. I can't wait, man. It's a really neat thing whenever you can get creative, right? Because, and here's the thing, when you're collaborating with somebody else, man, they could be hearing things that you're not hearing, right? And so they might throw some ideas at you that you knew about, but at the moment you just you completely forgot about that, or you were thinking about going this way in one direction, and he kind of reminded you, no, hey man, take a step back. Let's go this direction, and just a different approach. So here's the thing about having two engineers that are involved is it's always good to hear feedback and to hear their opinion. because their opinion is very valuable. And so it's always a good thing to have more than one engineer in the room. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that one engineer can do, like cleaning up the tracks, cutting things that don't need to be in the track anymore. All those gaps and empty spaces, just doing a lot of cleaning up. They call it cleaning up. And then, maybe doing, DBing those S's down or whatever and things like that. And then prepping everything ready for the main mix to be done once you get all that stuff done. So, anyway, it's nice to have two different engineers in the room. That way, if one of you need to do something or get on the instrument and make something happen, the other one can play engineer while you're thinking of the part that you actually need to lay down. And here's the thing: when you're playing musician and engineer, and it's not that you can't do it, but every time you get to be on the engineer side, you're focusing on that. And then when you get behind your guitar, you're focusing on that. So sometimes it takes a lot of the headache and or at least the stress away when you can concentrate on one thing. Okay, so tonight I know I'm going to be the engineer, and I can focus on being an engineer, and we'll let the other guy focus on being the musician. And so it's just a neat thing when everyone can come in and play their part, right? And you don't have to wear all the hats all the time. No, it's fun wearing all the hats sometimes and playing the guitar part and coming back and doing the engineer part, da 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 da. But it's a lot funner whenever you have other people involved, man. It's just it reminds me of a kid with a bunch of toys and he's got all the nice toys, but no kids to play with, right? So it's funner when you have other kids and you see them enjoying the toys as well, and y'all are all kind of laughing and smiling and having a jolly old time, right? Bam! Got to get it going on. That's right, man. So that's what we do here at the Audio Master Channel show is we try to keep it going on where it's real and we're on fire all the time in the studio. I love it, man. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I did want to say that and reiterate that for you. For those of you who are just joining in, this show is about audio recording, mixing and mastering, and learning new tips, as well as going over microphone reviews and talking about all kind of cool stuff, man. That's what we do here is we talk about cool stuff. So I've been trying to get a hold of my son here lately, and sometimes I don't know what it is. He just kind of just disappears, you know what I mean? And he's a busy man, and I can relate because I remember when he was a little kid, and I was a very, very busy man. And sometimes we just got to be busy, right? And we got to let busy be busy, right? That's what we do. We let busy be busy. That's right, man. But I'm so excited about the future. I'm so excited about the summer. I just feel like a lot of great things are coming our way, and we're gonna get out of this mojo that we're in, and we're gonna. It's gonna be the greatest, the greatest. I've heard it before. The greatest reset of all time. Hey, we're overdue, and I just feel like it's coming, man. It's coming in some kind of fashion or way. We have something great to look forward to and always anticipate and always be expecting. You never want to go to sleep, man. You never want to go to sleep. You want to always be expecting the greatest things of all, okay? And when you put that in your vocabulary, when you put that mentality in your mind and you expect great things and you expect great things to happen, you know what? That energy that you throw out there, man, just continues to go and go and go and go and go. That's right, man. And when we do that, what happens is it comes back. It comes back. It's like a boomerang, man. You send it out there into the space, man, and it goes out into the universe and continues to go and go and go and go. And then it comes back, man, double fold, sometimes triple fold, man. So that's what we want to do. We want to send out good vibes, want to think great things and have it come our way because that's what we're here for is to endure great things and to download what we know into the next generation so they can have a head start in life. Yeah. So Anyway, thank you guys so much. It is on a Monday night, man. We are flooding here in Texas, man. And I am going to be looking into a little boat, man, here soon. Uh, if you don't have a boat and you live in Texas, it may be your greatest investment that you can invest in with the way that we have these monsoons around here, these downpours that never so relentless that it just doesn't want to stop. Man, we're talking like it seems like the 40-day, 40-night deal. You know what I mean? Where you go out, you go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning, and your house is floating down a river, and you look at you look to your left, and you look to your right, and you look all around you, and you're in the middle of a stream You know what I mean? So yeah, that's Texas. That's this weather that with this freaky stuff we've been having lately, man. It seems like it continues to get crazier and crazier. You know what I mean? As if someone's over everything like this, pulling strings. Making things happen. Like the world is a puppet to someone making dark things happen. I don't know, man. Between the storms that keep getting worse and the floods and the hurricanes and everything else, it makes you wonder, right? It really, really makes you wonder. So what we have to do to offset that is think about great things that are coming and are going to get better for us in a way that we create so much positive energy that's what we get back. Okay. So that's what we want to do in the Audio Master Show. So I also wanted to say, so these are the black T-shirts that I made. The Audio Master black tees with the stars, the white stars. You got stars on this side too, 5 that actually tie in with the stars down here. Now I've had more response with the black T-shirts than I have the red, white, and blue T-shirts. I don't know why. I guess people like black and white better than they do the patriotic thing. I don't know. But I had to do a white shirt during the summer just because it gets so hot, stifling hot here in Southeast Texas that it can literally, if you put a magnifying glass under the sun, you could probably burn a hole through your hand. It gets so daggum hot here, man. And it's that type of heat that's it's so steel sometimes and stifling, and the heat builds, especially like if you're in a backyard that has a wooden fence, a 6-foot fence around it, and there's no wind, and you're back there, and it's just sunlight coming in. The air gets so thick, you literally can't breathe. You know what I mean? And it's like, you can't breathe, right? And so, yeah, man, here in Texas. So I was like, I've got to get a shirt. I've got to get a shirt um, that, that's a white shirt that we can wear out in the sun and not completely fry and get burned up. Excuse me. So I am dying for some tea today. If you guys don't know, I love tea. Iced tea is my thing. I got off sodas about a year ago and haven't had any sodas, so I don't drink sodas or Sprite or nothing. And my little treat is iced tea. I like iced tea with a little bit of lemon. Sometimes I'll do half and half. Sometimes I just drink it straight and bitter, right, with a little bit of lemon. But I like my iced tea. That is my caffeine, and that is what some people like coffee. Some people get up in the morning and drink, maybe a cup of coffee, maybe sometimes 2 cups of coffee. Um, and then sometimes people get up and drink hot tea in the morning. Just depends on where you're from and what your nature is. But a lot of coffee drinkers out there. Here's the thing with coffee, man. Coffee for me, um, I don't know what it is about coffee, man, but it really gets me wired. I can't function on that. But in the mornings, I'll get up and drink a nice big glass of ice water or water, and then after I have my one big glass of water, then I love to have a little treat, little iced tea. Well, this morning, to make a long story short, I did not get my tea this morning, so I was kind of like I jumped up. It's flooding here in Texas. Got a phone call from a client, and I was going to go out to her house today and do some work out there, but it was flooding out there, and it was flooding here, and I had to tell her I can't even get down the street, you know. And so anyway, that didn't happen. And but anyway, I spent most of my morning talking to her, and I didn't get my tea this morning. So you know what? Tonight, after I get off, and I may come on and do a midnight special tonight. I don't know. It just depends on how that iced tea makes me feel, man. I don't know. We can talk about some cool stuff. I may even grab my guitar, man, and start doing some cool stuff. I don't know. Hang on a second. I can get in here, man. So this is my guitar. This is my Taylor guitar right here. I love this guitar. Now it's in an open tuning. I don't even know if it's in tune, man. But I love this guitar. It really sounds good. It's got a really good sound to it, man. And I don't know if this mic is picking it up or not, but it's got a great sound. So we're gonna be doing some cool stuff with some guitar stuff too, man. I love doing open tunings, man. Open tunings are really, really cool. And I actually have a song already written to some of these chords that you heard right here. I'm not gonna play them all until I actually do the song, but you guys will hear this guitar in action. There it is. There's a harmonic. So I'm probably gonna do, but I love this guitar, man. This guitar sounds really, really good. I've had it probably about, I don't know. Let's see if I can get the neck in there. There it is. I got it in there without beating it up on everything around me. But it's a beautiful guitar. I've had this probably, now this has the original um the original oh god, I can't even think. Little I can't even think. Come on, Randy. But anyway, it has the original guts in it and whatnot, EQ and everything right there. I think they went to a different model after this, but just a really, really good looking guitar, man. So anyway, we're gonna be doing some cool stuff with this guitar, and I can't wait to actually get in the studio. And so a lot of the stuff that we're gonna be doing on my tracks are gonna be acoustic guitar, probably with some really cool cello stuff backing it. I'll probably keep it simple, man, just with a few instruments when I have the acoustic guitar rocking and rolling. And then for the keyboard stuff, it's going to be more that 80s style kind of thing going on, where, cross between Pink Floyd, Depeche Mode, that era, you know, kind of real dreamy stuff, really kind of cool stuff going on. And maybe some four on the floor stuff. I don't know just yet. We'll have to see about EDM. Um, I may do one or two EDM songs, but it'll definitely be upbeat and kind of very kind of mellow and somber on some of the tunes. Will probably sound a little somber, kind of dreamy stuff that where it just takes you somewhere. You know those kind of songs you listen to and You can close your eyes. Maybe you're, on the beach or whatever, and you're hearing the waves on the beach, and it seems to the music that you're listening to seems to just take you somewhere where you kind of drift off, and then next thing you know, you're thinking about all these different wonderful things, maybe past experiences that you've had with some old friends, or just some good times that you had, uh, familiar faces that you haven't seen in a long time, and um, songs like that, man. That bring back great memories. And so I'll probably be writing some really cool stuff in that nature, and it's gonna be interesting to see how this album comes together, simply because I'll probably have to write, I have 3 or 4 written right now, but I'll probably have to write 20 songs, and then take the best of, maybe 8 or 10 out of those 20, so that I have one cohesive sounding album. I don't wanna do a single this time. I actually wanna put together an album to where the whole thing speaks, resonates with one, and then when you put in the CD, the songs, coordinate and go from one to the next. So I'm gonna have to be doing some, not only the songs have to speak as to a story as it all comes together, and they don't have to say the same thing, of course, you guys know that, but so that the songs kinda move and flow from one to the other. So a lot of it has to do with keys, key changes and whatnot, and what as far as what keys the songs are in. And so I'm gonna have to be writing the songs with that in mind, so that not only tempo matters as far as where the songs be placed on the CD, but also what keys the songs are in. So I got to think in that nature as well. And so it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes and how it all works out. So, for those of you who are just joining in, man, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, do so now, because we got a lot of great things going on at the Audio Master channel. And you do not want to miss out on the cool stuff that we're going to be writing and doing in the Audio Master channel here, man. Really cool stuff. We're going to be using the Studio One with the Korg synthesizer, and Taylor guitars, and Ibanez guitars, and Dean guitars. I haven't showed you my guitars, man. For those of you who don't know, this is what I play. I play acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and have been playing for about 30 years now. I'm not a master at it by no means, but I can certainly write songs, man. And so it's gonna be really cool to put together some stuff for you guys to hear and enjoy, man. So yeah, I love those open tunings on guitars, man. It just has such a it has this Led Zeppelin sound to it. Every time I do an open D or open G or something, it just has this Led Zeppelin sound. Um, it just takes me back to that good old music, man. The stuff that I really enjoyed listening to when I was a kid in high school. And so, yeah, Led Zeppelin days, man. Song Remains the Same and all those cool songs, man. Just really, really cool stuff that they did. Those 4 and 6 and 8-minute tunes, you know what I mean? Moby Dick and all those cool tunes they did that lasted forever. But thank you guys for joining in tonight. As always, we appreciate each and every one of you at the Audio Masters show. And stick around, because we got the midnight specials coming on, and we got new people joining the group. And if you haven't hit that like button, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and share. And that way also, if you ring that bell, if you slam the bell, and I mean slam that thing, just smash it really, really hard with your finger, smash that bell. It'll notify you as to when I'm coming on, man. You can check out all the cool stuff that we're doing here, man. You do not want to miss out, right? You don't want to miss out. Sorry about that, but I'm just jacking everything up. I can't play with like this, but anyway, it's a really, really cool thing that we got going on. And anyway, We got some cool stuff. You're not going to want to miss any of it. And until then, we will see you again.